Any lineup changes for today?
No.
When you go 3 and 4 nights, is there a conscious effort to maybe shorten the shifts or try to get guys fewer minutes, or is this how the game plays out?
Yeah, well, that's if you look at the minutes from last night, it's pretty even. Try to play 4 lines as much as possible because I think it's not on the back end, it's on the front end. You can empty the thing there, and the next day you have nothing. When the team is playing right, then you can roll 4 lines. It's when things we struggle one night, and then you have to shorten the bench. But I thought yesterday we were able to maintain those minutes right, and the players don't. It's not what they think about, but for us, there's a little bit of a long-term thinking there. Long-term being a 2 and 2. So, but for sure tonight, short shift, it's going to be important. Yeah.
The late game situations with the lead, I know we've asked you about this a lot, but is something that's difficult about learning that is you have to go through it on the ice. Like you can't necessarily practice that because you can't mimic that intensity. You can't mimic kind of that feeling of the other team. Is that something that just makes it something you have to play through in games like this and learn in kind of the hard way maybe sometimes?
The hard way is right. Yeah, no, you have to go through it. Growing pains and evolving as a team. Though we've done a good job the previous game in Jersey. Well, better. I wouldn't say it was a little bit better because we didn't get scored against, but we tied that team. After 2 periods, it's 0-0. We scored 2 goals, but we know it's going to be, there's going to be a push. There's also a switch in his way of coaching. So just like in the last game, he was matching hard, so I could pretty much dictate what the other team are going to put on the ice, what he was going to put on the ice, but not so much in the third because he started to roll his top players. And then I think, little things like we were really good on faceoffs the first 2 periods, and then in the third we were not very good at all. So now you're chasing the puck, and now it gives them momentum. So that's one thing. We seem to back off way too much. With our pressure, it's not so much the D-zone coverage, but there's not enough pressure, so we let them out, and that's not something we want to do. But they want to do the right things. They want to be above the puck. They want to make sure it's not their fault that's creating that goals. But by being too passive, then you're giving time and space. And against a team like Carolina, you're looking for trouble. So it's a growing curve, but yes, there's no way you can practice that. It's learning, going through it, and getting better. So, but there's a few things we can do to be better at that.
Different question. I wanted to ask about Marchenko as well. We know he can score goals, and he did it last year. But this year, do you see him doing more of kind of the little things that he's learning the game at the NHL level, and things like I see him, body position, kind of getting in the right spots and things like that. Do you see his game growing in that regard, which is maybe allowing him to keep putting the puck in the net? Yeah,
he is. He's so part of this, and it's interesting because he sits next to Voronkov every day. And when we have meetings, he's the one translating to Voronkov everything we say and do. So by doing that, it's good for Voronkov, but he's also forcing himself to really understand what we're saying, and I think it's helping him in his game. So part of it, he's a real good student of the game. He wants to get better. He's passionate. He's asking a million questions, and we love that. But there's also that aspect where he's having to teach Voronkov at the same time that we're teaching him, and it makes him, he understands more and more the system. So I think there's different components, but yes, he's a good NHL player right now. His positions are good. And sometimes it may cost a goal or two, but he's going to prevent some. He's becoming a real good player for us.
Pazzi, how much weight do you put into shots for and against and chances for and against? It was pretty unbalanced last night. Is that a concern?
We're playing against a pretty good team, but our stats the last 5 games are good defensively. Shots, you have volume and quality. You want to have volume in quality. They shoot the puck from everywhere. Like, it's a load of hype to the net. They funnel pucks from everywhere. So the volume is one thing. What they're good at is shooting the puck, get it back, and do it again. Now you're in chaos, and now they're creating those chances. And it's a function of their how their player, the DNA of their team, but their system. But I think we're improving. Again, we're growing as a team, and those chances are coming from one misread here and there. I do put some focus on that for sure. I'd say more the scoring chances than the shots, because shot volume to me is, it's not necessarily a good indicator. It is if you want to look at O-zone time versus D-zone time. If you're shooting pucks, you're more on the offense, so that's a component of it. But the quality is one thing we want. We don't mind the volume, but if we control the volume, where the shots are coming from, the quality of them is something we need to keep working at.
Yeah, when they have it, I mean, puck possession plays into that, obviously. When they're shooting it, it means they have a little more puck possession than you guys do, like
Yeah.
to balance that part
Yeah,
out too, right?
yeah. And then puck possession, most of the time, when a team like this, if you go back and peel the onion there, the layers, puck possession, there's a shot on net. Now it's a battle between you and me, who's going to get it back. That we need to find a way to get stronger, and that's a function of our age and everything, but break the cycle, we call it, break the cycle here, get it back, break out, and then we're on offense. Very often is just a matter of you and I, we go for a loose puck after a shot, and if you keep the puck in zone, then we have to, keep defending again. So, I mean, the volume, like I said, is one thing. The quality is something we're trying to get better at, and we are.
I wanted to ask about Boquist. I know it had to be hard for him at the start of the season, not playing much, but since he's gone in, it seems like the confidence to his game is built. And even a game last night where Carolina's going to have the puck a lot, and you're going to have to do some defending. Other than maybe one mistake, it seemed like he was pretty poised and won some battles and things like that. Was that a good step for him? And do you see his game building the more ice time he's getting these last couple games?
When you say the mistake, what are you talking about? The goal against?
The first one, he was near the puck. I don't think.
Yeah, no, the puck bounced over. Yeah, first impression too. But no, Boquist, yeah, he worked hard in the gym, worked hard on the ice, kept a good attitude. We know he's talented, so for him and guys like him, it's all about confidence for all of them. But the guys with a little bit more touch offensively, it's all about confidence, and we feel it. Like he's stronger than he was a year ago. His read's a little bit quicker, and he's defending better. So that builds confidence in this game. So he had a real strong game yesterday, I thought.
You said no lineup changes. Does that include the goalie?